What's up, guys? All right. Sorry, no intro there. Let's start that over. Intro time. What's up, guys? Get some tunes going here, huh? Some jams. Classical jams. Welcome to the show. Today we got raw grass-fed beef. 100% grass-fed, 100% grass-fed beef liver. And 100% grass-fed butter from Amos Miller's Organic Farm, which they're now charging $16.50 a pound for, which I'm not happy about. I'm glad I have a local raw butter dealer now, because $16.50 a pound with shipping is a little absurd. Sorry, Amos Miller's. No, you guys gotta roll with the tide, roll with the economy. But $16.50 is whacking. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Am I a Freemason? You are a Freemason, aren't you? Says the creator Sizzle. Well, I'm not a Freemason, but you are now banned for life from my channel. How do you feel about that, sir? How do you feel about being banned forever from my channel? Is that cool? Alright. Welcome, guys. Raw mukbang style. I usually do ground beef for lunch and chuck roast for dinner. What's up, Alan? What's up, Joaquim? Is darker liver an indication of a healthier animal? I think so, man. Some of the really good liver that I've ever seen is really dark. It's almost purple. It's just more rich in nutrients, I think. That's what you're seeing there. How much protein do we need to make muscle mass? The rule of thumb that I always read was 1 gram per pound of body weight. Ludo says, hey man, what causes heart failure, heart disease? Lack of movement and vegetable oils and seed oils. But mostly probably lack of movement. Because the heart's like a pump. Or it's actually not a pump. The heart is, blood circulation is like, flows throughout the body through like movement. If you're not moving enough, the body will produce cholesterols to tighten up your arteries in order to create higher blood pressure. And I believe also vegetable oils and seed oils will harden up your arteries and do that as well. So just make sure you're moving a lot, jumping up and down, getting your lymphatic system moving, your blood circulation moving. Stay away from seed oils and vegetable oils. Stress probably also is a factor. What's up, Sergeant Angle? What's up, Darius? Would salt be a good way to raise blood pressure? I don't think it's a good way. If you figure out why you have low blood pressure in the first place. What do I think of desiccated organs? They might be better than nothing. But they're nothing compared to real organs, that's for sure. But there might be something to it. I've eaten desiccated glands before. But you're just always better off eating the actual organ, obviously. But I don't know if desiccated organs are worth the money. That's the problem that they're charging you. That's the only quagmire there. Thoughts on giants? Yeah, there might have been some giants on our planet Earth. I'm open to it. It's not something I study or anything, but there's giants on Earth right now. 7 foot, 8 foot people tall. Ben Thompson says, I've been raw meat for 5 years. My folic acid is extremely low, according to the doctor. He wants to be on a supplement. Well, how does he know that? I mean, I don't trust these doctors, man. How do you feel? First off, let's see what foods have folic acid in it. That's vitamin B9. Are you eating liver? Just eat some liver, man. You don't need a supplement. Blood tests are a trap, dude. They don't know what's going on with your blood. What makes you think they can just draw your blood and tell you everything about your body? You know? So what they find in your blood is an indicator of what's in your whole body? I don't think that makes sense. You know? Like iron, for instance. They're testing your blood iron, but they're not testing your intracellular iron. You could have low folic acid in your blood, but you have it all over the rest of your body, you know? Alan says, would it be worth it to eat raw lamb brain from a halal market with unknown farming practices? I would check into the farming practices, but I eat brain from a local live meat market that they're not completely organic. And I've been fine. I've been eating that for like 4 years. And I get great benefit from it. Euphoria, awesome dreams, makes me feel great after I eat it. So, ideally, obviously, you want like pasture-raised organic organs, but I think if it gets a little bit of inorganic feed and maybe some medicines, it's probably better than no brain. That's just my take. Darius says, how many generations of raw meat eating to unlock full genetic potential do you think? It's a good question. I would say probably at least 2. So if I eat full raw meat, and then my kids eat raw meat, then maybe their kids. But it's hard to say, man. I really don't know. I mean, there's a lot of factors. Sergeant Angle says, when are we going to meet the missus? Probably never, man. I don't think I'm ever bringing my wife on social media. She's not interested in it, and I'm not really interested in bringing her on my channel. But when we have kids, we're probably going to do a Patreon where we are feeding our kids raw meat and stuff. So stay tuned for that. You guys may or may not see her on there. Well, I'll never put my wife on Instagram or YouTube. There's too many weirdos on here, man. Or Fresito says, when eating high meat, should I start with little pieces first? Yes. Yes. Start with little chunks, man. Like the size of like a nickel. But you can build your way up pretty easily. Mazel tov, Raj. Darius says, I'm planning to test the generational stuff on my dog. That's cool, man. Let me know how that works out. Right, yeah. It's interesting to see how that all works. What's up, Nero? Yeah, I prefer YouTube streams over Insta too, man. It's just a little more work, but the setup's more nice. We got the music and you got the chat on the screen over there. It's pretty nice. My lives are pretty random. I randomly stream right now, but it's usually like Mondays. I got Mondays off. And I don't have much to do. I get everything done on the weekend. And then I have a Monday where I can just do whatever I want. So that's when I usually stream. How's my eye floaters? Good question, man. That's a long-time follower here. How are my eye floaters? Are they gone? You know, I haven't thought about my eye floaters in a really long time. But there's a little bit there still. Yeah, they're still there. Eye floaters are still there, man. But I honestly have not thought about them or seen them in probably over a year until you just mentioned it. So it's not something that bothers me or I ever think about. but they are definitely still there. It's kind of weird, huh? Let's get some of this liver down, huh? Y'all gotta eat your raw liver, man. It's the best. Same color as my shirt. I love it. I can't believe I used to gag on this stuff. I love this stuff, man. Sorry about that. It's like candy, man. Raw liver tastes like candy to me. Do I have friends or family into raw meat? No, not really. I'm the outlier. I've had a couple friends try it. I've had friends come over and try pieces. I had one buddy that got into it for like a couple months, and then he just quit. He lacked the discipline. He's got a family though, a bunch of daughters, and they all eat cooked food. And it's like he didn't want to like just sit there and eat raw meat while everybody else is eating cooked food. He wanted to eat with his family. I kind of get it, man. What's the face mask in the back? That's called the hollow face illusion. It's pretty cool, man. You can make them. There's like a printable one. It's like an origami. It's like a little dragon, and you make it, and it sits up on your desk, and you like cover one eye and move your face, and it looks like it's following you. It's really interesting. Hollow face illusion. So that thing, I like basically the way it works is you hang it. I don't know if it works from here, but you hang it on the wall, and I think you have to cover one eye. I'm not really sure if you do, but it follows you everywhere you go. It's pretty cool because it's not, the face isn't convex, it's concave. It sinks in. Do I always listen to classical? No, I don't. I just found that it goes like great with my streams, so I started doing classical a lot more. But I do have a lot of classical music. I listen to mostly instrumental music though. What's my favorite post-hardcore band? I don't even know what post-hardcore is, to be honest with you, man. Like, I mostly listen to like electronic music, classical music, like psychedelic trance. I like that stuff quite a bit, and I have like a pretty wide taste in music, man. I have a bunch of music, dude. I have probably one of the biggest music collections of anybody I know. I got boxes of vinyls. I have hundreds of CDs. I have like 500 gigabytes of music on a high resolution audio player. But yeah, I'm not really sure what post-hardcore is, man. Ever looked into the Reincarnation Soul Trap? Says Sergeant Angle. Thanks for the super chat, by the way, man. Very generous of you. Yes, I've looked into Reincarnation. I don't know about Soul Trap. I'm not sure 100% what that is. But I believe there's an element to reincarnation. We could all just be pieces of the same creator, and we get cycled back through into different beings and animals, and there could be levels to reincarnation depending on how high your consciousness and soul ascends during your existence here on Earth. And so some of us could be old souls, you know, where we've been reincarnated many times and we have maybe more wisdom than the next person innately. But I think it's very possible. I've seen a lot of evidence of reincarnation where people recall past lives and things like that. I think it's really interesting. But how do we know for sure? Sure not. Says, any other health problems that went away or improved? I didn't have any major health problems at the time I started this. I had a bunch before that sort of went away as I slowly improved my diet, and then once I got on raw, I didn't have any major health problems, but I had some moderate stuff that was bothering me. And as soon as I got on this, like, everything went away, like within a year. But what seemed to be most improved is just my mental and emotional stability. But for the most part, within the first year, see, the thing about me is that I did this diet at the right time. I did it before I got sick, because I'm typically, not trying to brag or anything, but I'm typically like ahead of the curve with compared to most people. So I kind of saw ahead, and I saw where I was heading, that I was heading into the land of being unhealthy and disease. So that's why I adopted this diet before anything could get really bad with me. So I'm not one of those guys that like got sick and then saved my own life with raw meat. The point is to eat this to prevent disease, not to give yourself diseases and then cure them with raw meat, you know? So that's what I did, is I prevented disease with this diet. I had a lot of things that were lingering that went away. I mean, I've had scalp issues, body pains, mental health problems, physical health issues, like arthritis type stuff. All that stuff went away. Have I tried raw heart? Oh yeah, bunch of times, man. Yeah, I've had raw deer heart, elk heart, bison heart, chicken heart. All that stuff is great. Do I like Steve Roach? I actually don't know who that is. Have I ever listened to isochronic tones or binaural beats? Yes, I got a bunch of binaural beats. Those are really cool, man. I listened to some binaural beats one time and it put me to sleep. Does dancing or party looks weird to you since on raw meat and carnivore? I've never been a dancer, so it has nothing to do with raw meat. I'm not a dancey type of dude. Partying? No, partying doesn't look weird. Like socializing, having a good time. Like drinking and doing drugs and getting all messed up and stuff, yeah, that looks retarded to me. Because I used to do that shit. And now that I'm like completely sober, it looks really dumb, especially drinking, man. Drinking looks super dumb. What are the top reasons that made it clear to you that humans are meant for animal nutrition? Well, my personal experiences, first off. I just personally don't feel right unless I eat red meat every single day, and I've always been like that. Before I ever discovered carnivore, raw meat, raw primal, anything like that, I ate red meat every single day. And if I skipped it, I didn't feel right. And I'm a creature of habit, so when I skip stuff, I tend to respond to it right away in negative ways. But yeah, I just felt like crap if I didn't eat meat, man, especially red meat. Like chicken wasn't quite enough. I'd do maybe chicken for lunch and then beef for dinner every single day. So that is like the main reason. It was like my own personal experiences and experiments with it. Secondly, it's so incredibly delicious, and the way that it makes you feel after you eat it is obvious that it's meant to be for your body. Thirdly, you see other animals eating other animals in nature. So that's pretty obvious. Ofrecito says, some people say that wild game liver, especially from a predator like a wolf or a wild boar, is like anabolic steroids. What's your opinion? I have heard stuff about wild boar for sure. I haven't heard anything about wolves, like eating like carnivore meat. I don't know anything really specific about carnivore meat, but I've heard about organs, especially testicles from wild boar, is like steroids. I don't know about the liver, but I know the testicles would be for sure. Do I ever eat sugar and carbohydrates? If so, from what sources? Yeah, I'll eat raw honey. It's like a source of sugar. Carbohydrates, I'll eat potatoes, sometimes rice. All organic. Have I tried pastured guinea hen or quail? It's gas. I haven't, man. No. I would like to try some raw quail though. It sounds pretty good. What's it like? Is it like dark meat? Is it greasy or? G Jank says, saw you were eating a potato on stream the other day. How often do you eat carbs? Yeah, that was a baked potato. Lately, so I went like months without eating potatoes, man. Weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And then I started getting like a little lean for the winter because I wasn't eating carbs like we should naturally. Eat seasonally. We should typically cut out carbohydrates for the winter because they're not available locally. And then once you get into spring and summer, start eating local carbohydrates. So that's what I did, is I got lean. And now that we're almost into spring, I'm starting to bring potatoes back again. Once spring hits, I will start eating like oranges and fruits and stuff. But typically, how often would I eat a potato? Usually just one for dinner, but last week I ate like one for lunch, one for dinner, because I'm really trying to put on weight. And fruit, I would eat like one per day. Raj says, Steve Roach is an early electronic artist. Great album, an album called Structures from Silence. Cool, man. I will have to check him out. Appreciate that. I'll look it up right here. Too bad I can't play it, otherwise I get freaking banned, copyrighted. Structures from Silence. One of the most important ambient albums of all time. Cool. Peep it out, man. Where's the gammas at today? No gammas? I was getting my axe all sharpened up today to ban some gammas, and I only got to ban one. Some liver. Sam PPI. Says, nice shirt. Is it made of cotton? Yes. I believe this one was made of cotton. Let me check. Yeah, 97% cotton and 3% spandex. So it's got a little spandex in it. Gotta love spandex, dude. I try to get mostly cotton stuff, but sometimes you just gotta break down and get a little polyester. Unless you wanna dress like a monk and wear robes all day. Hi Anna, how are you? Good to see you, I haven't seen you in a while. In what country would I live other than where I live now? I would prefer to just stay where I'm at. I love where I live, man. We get cold winters, keeps all the riffraff out, people that can't handle cold, keeps them out of my land. We get warm summers, beautiful springs and beautiful falls. I love Nebraska. Do I eat the baked potato with cream and cheese and meat inside of it? I eat the baked potato with sometimes cheese, but mostly with just a gigantic hunk of butter. Like I just like constantly scoop butter in it, and I'll eat like for each bite of potato, I'll eat like a bite of butter with it. NA says, yes, quail is dark meat and greasy. You described it perfectly. Yeah, that's what I kind of imagined it as. It sounds kind of like duck. Duck was okay. Wasn't my favorite, but it was very similar to that. Meat be thy med. Any advice for someone on blood thinners? I got my aorta replaced with a mechanical valve. Shit. I don't know. I've never been asked that before. Anybody else want to chime in? Maybe help answer that? I mean, at this point, if you've already gotten like a piece of your heart replaced, you know, you might just have to go with the Western medicine at this point. Since you're basically like, you're modified. I don't want to tell you to do anything against what your doctor recommends, especially if you've had like a piece of your heart replaced, you know? How do I feel about keto compared to raw carnivore? It's very similar, man. You don't have to be in one camp or the other. If you want zero carbs and you feel best on zero carbs, go for it. But don't just do zero carbs just because it's like hardcore or cool. I did that for like a year, and I started eating fruit, and I started eating potatoes and stuff, and I feel great. I feel great either way. If I do zero carb, I feel awesome mentally. If I add a little bit of carbs into my diet, I feel great mentally, but also great physically. I get a little bit of strength off the carbs, a little bit of energy. So I think the best thing to do, like with anything in life, is balance. Go back and forth. Eat seasonally, primarily. Look at that piece of butter in my beard. Should I just leave that in the whole stream? I'm gonna leave this butter in my beard. Is that cool? Is that distracting? I wonder if it'll melt. It'll melt. It's too good to... Long-term carnivore hair detox is necessary, and how? Not sure the question there. Marie Lazia says, I can be a gamma for you, man. Sweet. Let's do it, man. You want to get banned? I don't want to ban you if you're a nice person, though. Do I find ground beef hard to digest versus steak? No, easier. Because it's like desiccated. It's my favorite go-to raw meat. Steak is obviously the best. great cuts. Ribeye, New York strip. I love lean cuts personally, and I like to eat butter on the side with it. But usually I go for like chuck roast, arm roast, and roasts because they're typically cheaper and they're very similar to steak. But if you want something like palatable and like tender, like get a freaking filet mignon, you know? If money's not an issue, go buy a filet mignon and eat that raw. You'll love that. Oh yeah, sorry I missed your question there, Castles. Trying out lamb fat for the first time. He said to render it. However, do you recommend simply eating as is? Do you know if Derek Nance bothers rendering it? No, don't render it, dude. Yeah, just eat it raw. Rendering is not necessary unless you're making something like beard wax, which I have in my beard right now, which I will be selling very soon, ladies and gentlemen. Natural Human Diet beard wax. What do you think about that? It's also can be used as a body cream for you ladies out there. Anybody interested? We'll be taking pre-orders very soon. It's made from 100% grass-fed beef tallow, local beeswax, and coconut oil. My beard is actually really good at catching food, so it doesn't hit the floor, you know? Love it. Tips on how to be social when all your friends are normies. You gotta find better friends, man. I lucked out. I got a bunch of friends that are not normies in real life. You need to be who you are, and you will attract people like yourself. Just keep being who you are, man. No matter how awkward it is, how uncomfortable it is in front of other people, people will gravitate towards you, and you'll eventually develop a circle of like-minded people. Marie says, no greater honor than to be banned by a guy. Do I eat lots of salt? No, I don't eat any salt. At least I don't add any salt to my food. Like, if I eat like a rare steak at a restaurant, I'll get a little bit of salt in. So I get like a little bit of salt in here and there, but I never add it to my food. Did you notice the change in your eye color once you started eating a raw food carnivore diet? Yeah, I've been taking pictures of my iris, and yeah, I think they're getting lighter, man. I know my eyes definitely look better for sure. Like, if you guys get on my Instagram, which is the Real Natural Human Diet, I just posted a picture of myself 7 years ago, and my eyes look totally different. Did I end up testing out the chicken stock? Yes, we made chicken stock. So usually I would like get a pasture-raised chicken, and then I would dude, this butter. Oh my god. I'm making a mess here, guys. I would usually just give the chicken to my dogs. Like, cut the chicken in half and let them eat it. And it's such a waste, man, because I'll pay like $25 for the chicken and give like half of it to my dogs. So what I did is we made a broth, chicken broth. And then my wife made egg drop soup. So yeah, take that, Primal Dieters. I ate soup. Have I tried juicing cucumbers? No, I'll just eat the cucumber. Or like make pickles out of it. Alright, take it easy, jank. Ethernosis says, yeah, I need something for my hair. Yeah, this cream that my fiance made is unbelievable, man. I mean, it's like total professional. Like, it's legit creamy in your fingers. I rub it all through my hair. I rub it into my skin. And if you need something for your hair, it might work for that too. Meat Be Thy Med says, thanks for the response. Looks like I'm stuck on the thinners, but can always have the natural human diet to heal. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, depending on the situation, sometimes Western medicine can actually be good. It's not all terrible. Sometimes it can save your life. A lot of times it's not really getting to the root of the issue, but sometimes Western medicine can really save your life. But yeah, that being said, the best thing to do is heal your body on a good diet, for sure. Nordic Fort says, observation, my idea on how being far high from the ground makes you feel uncomfortable. I feel that in higher floors of apartments I feel worse than ground floors. Yeah, it's probably something to do with the EMFs or the RF frequencies. Because I got an EMF meter, and when I test it on my upstairs floor, it's like sky high. When I come downstairs, it's way lower. So it's probably because in the higher parts of the apartment. Because I think the way that like routers and cell towers work is it shoots in like arcs. It's like a big it's like an arc. So high up in the air, you would get a lot of that frequency. So it's probably EMFs, dude. Kai Solid says, you said before that eating testicle gives you libido boost, but have you noticed that with any other foods like oysters? Not really. Not like testicle. I've had a lot of people say that about oysters too. And for me, it's like not really noticeable. I don't know if some of those people have maybe like a low libido naturally. But I really have never had like a low libido. So maybe I just don't notice it as much. Joaquim says, here's a crazy theory. Eye color will depend on the environment you lived. Eating raw will allow the manifestations easier. Interesting. What do I use for EMF protection? Well, I don't use Wi-Fi in my home. I usually have my phone on airplane mode, and I use a Ethernet cord to my phone, and then we sleep in a Faraday cage. Is there much nutritional difference between beef and lamb fat? I think beef might be slightly more nutrient dense, but I don't think it's a huge difference. You can really just look at the color of it. Mutton and lamb are pretty good. I would go with mutton though, over lamb. You want an aged animal, not a young one, so they can accumulate more nutrients. Did I notice less earwax? Yeah, maybe, for sure. Plaque? Yeah, definitely less plaque. Yeah, it's hard to say. It's a lot of stuff I don't really perceive. Like stuff like dry skin, like chapped lips. I don't ever get any of that. acne. I don't ever get pimples. Only time I ever get a pimple in my head is if I eat like cooked food. I'll get one little pimple on my forehead, but I don't get like acne anymore. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff that changed, I guess. My body's just really clean and strong. Am I into Bitcoin? No. I do not like gambling. Invest in family and land is my recommendation. Darius, I'm sorry, Dictator says, how do we know when these streams start, or are they just when you feel? If you email me at 88668@protonmail.com, which I will type in here. Where's it at? There it is. I'll put you on the live stream notification list, and I'll email you. I will email you about 10 minutes before every live stream. But it's pretty random at this point, man. I'm a pretty busy guy right now. Got lots of stuff going on, man. Planning a wedding and working full time and doing just everything else in life. On top of that, finding time to relax, chill. Feeling good after that meal. Delish. Why do I sleep in a Faraday cage? It was just an experiment I did, man. Like, a long time ago I did an experiment where I shut off my Wi-Fi router. And I woke up the next morning, I swear, I felt like more at peace. So I was always interested in that. And then I got a EMF reader, the Tri-Field TF2 EMF detector. And I went around my house and I detected all the EMF fields, and it was like super freaking high in my bedroom. So every night I'm just getting bombarded with microwaves. So I decided to build a Faraday cage to block out the microwaves to see if I would sleep better. And I sleep like a baby in that thing, man. And so does my fiance. We sleep so good. Dreams, we both have dreams every single night. Like, we wake up like children and we just tell each other about our dreams all night, and like, it's crazy, man. I'm sleeping like I did when I was like a kid. It's great. So I would definitely try that. Cass has made a saying, says, could you try a Discord channel for stream notifications? No, I'm not doing Discord, man. Sorry. I'm not doing Discord or Telegram or anything like that. There's just too many boneheads that would come to those channels. So I keep it strictly just like email, YouTube, and like Instagram. Nordic Fort says, do you have a good primal community in Europe for this list idea you proposed a few years back? I'm even eager to pay some donation to get it running so people can get to each other healthy food organs. Yeah, I just didn't have the time to complete that idea, that project, the Primal Food Club. It was a really good concept, but I also got paranoid about getting prosecuted by like the FDA or the USDA for potentially being involved in like transporting raw foods across state lines that was illegal, and just I didn't really know the legalities of all of it, so I decided not to get into it. But we had about 30 people on it, and it was like an interesting concept. I just didn't have enough time to follow through, and you know, I work full time, man, so If someone else could do that, that'd be awesome though. Yeah, you gotta get some brain, Addy. It's the best. Do I have recommendations for a Faraday cage? I would say just build your own. I mean, if you're not like a handy type, you can just buy one. They have like tents. You can buy tents. Probably a few $100 though, at least. But I built mine out of window screen, aluminum window screen, non-painted, and just wood. All you gotta do is just staple the screen around all 6 sides of the cage. Am I still planning to do a primal potluck? Nebraska is perfectly in the middle of the country, so not too far for anyone stateside. Yeah, possibly, man. Possibly. Yeah, I've had a lot of stuff happen in the last few years, man. Life is like moving real fast. So we'll see. We'll see how that all works. Would be fun though. Have I tried eating dried fruits or cured meats? Yeah, I've had some cured bacon. I got extreme stomach pain off of eating a pound of that one time. Would not recommend cured bacon. I don't digest cured meats very well. Some cured meats. I have eaten others, like I had some sausage, some smoked sausage, and that was not bad. I could handle that. I just can't eat like a lot of it like I can raw foods. Like I can eat like 16 ounces of this and I'm fine. If I eat 16 ounces of cured meat, like it's over. Like stomach pains and everything. Dried fruits though, no. I usually just eat the fruit itself or I'll juice it. What's up, Steve Mac Productions? What's the best gut digest remedy I know of? I guess I'm not sure 100% the question there. Yeah, you should start your own smaller communities there, and then we could branch out from there, you know? Do you ever worry about hypervitaminosis from too much liver? I don't worry about it, but I am aware of it. And what I do, I used to eat like a pound of liver at a time. And just in case that is a real thing, which I don't really believe it is, but it could be, who knows. Now I just eat like 3 to 4 ounces of liver with my meal. And I like that better anyways, because I get the benefit of the liver every single day for like a week, rather than eating it just in one day. And then it seems like I piss out a lot of the vitamins from the liver. Like, if I go to the bathroom after I eat liver, like my urine is like neon yellow. I'm just pissing all those B vitamins out. So if I eat just a little bit at a time, I think I absorb more of the vitamins. What do I think about drinking water is better than vegetable juice? I don't know if it's better. Vegetable juice is probably better. But I drink Mountain Valley spring water. I'll just sip on that throughout the day. I might eat or drink like 8 ounces, 10 ounces of water a day. I usually don't drink right after my meals though at all, like I just did right there. I digest my food better if I drink 0 liquids with it. Armchair quarterback says I just eat a piece a day like a supplement. Seems fine. Yeah, that's the way I kind of prefer to do it now too. When I first discovered raw liver though, I would eat pounds of that stuff, man. Like my body just craved it. But now that I think I've fulfilled my nutrition stores, I don't crave it as much. I'll just crave it like once every few weeks or something, and I'll pull a pound out and just have like 3 ounces, 4 ounces with my dinner every day. Probably gonna wrap it up in about 5 minutes here. It's gonna be about an hour, guys. So if you guys got any questions, final questions you want to get out, I'm gonna get on with my day, man. Castles Made of Sand says, I mean, which food to help gut or digestion? I'm still having problems from IBS and only eat carnivore. I was thinking colostrum. Still having IBS problems, huh? And you're only carnivore. That's pretty interesting. Are you eating raw? Are you raw carnivore? My question there, if you're raw or cooked. And are you doing seasonings or salts or anything like that? And are you drinking raw milk? Raw milk is really good for the gut. Maybe you could try fermented kefir. Yeah, ox bile, there you go, bile. You can get some bile. I had some raw bile with Derek Nance. Holy crap, that was unreal, dude. That was like the strongest thing I've ever put in my mouth. It was unreal. Nordic Fort says, you are probably the best streamer, man. Keep it up. Thanks. I appreciate that. I'm trying. I try my best. Raw eggs help IBS. There you go. You could try that. Do I know if doing suppositories with clabbered milk will fix my constipation? I don't know about that. Have you tried eating like more butter? Like more fat? And cutting out like cheese? Cutting out all the cheese? Castles says, I'm cooked, small amounts of salt, beef drippings, and minced meat. I would try, if I was you, man, I would switch over to raw and see if that helps. It could be you're having issues digesting cooked food. Yeah, I understand most people can't handle dairy. Were you doing raw dairy? A lot of people can't handle regular pasteurized. Waterblade says, should I buy raw liver from the butcher shop here in Montreal if it's likely vaxxed? I would be more concerned if it's grass-fed, to be honest with you, than vaxxed. I'm not sure if the vaccines store in the liver. I think Augenus said that they store in the bone, like the fat and the bone marrows. Me personally, I would rather eat vaccinated 100% grass-fed liver than non-vaccinated grain-fed, if that makes sense. Yeah, definitely try it raw, man. There's a lot of people that gravitate towards this diet. It's because they have issues just like you, where they can't handle cooked food, man. And they go to raw and it fixes everything. See that sun finally coming out, man? We got the sun coming out today. Loving it. We haven't had the sun all day. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a great stream. What's my ideal animal for livestock? Beef. Or mutton. Probably mutton. Raw food storage for long-term campers. You could get like a dry ager. You could do like a dry ager. Or ferment it in jars for long term if you don't have like a fridge. Best foods to help with being down, a side of high meat. Good old glass of milk always makes you feel better. Carbs. Carbs help you. You know, like starches and stuff. My wife eats raw meat as well, yes. She eats just as much raw meat as I do. What would I do to get rid of heavy metals? Get a relax far infrared sauna and sweat it out with far infrared light. I was never vegan, no. Alright guys, have yourself a great day. I appreciate y'all and your comments and your participation, cooperation. We'll see you guys probably next week. Have yourself a great week.